We are now on to prompt question set 4. What have you concretely learned about achievement gaps experienced by specific groups of students as a result of your examination of course content, the sources of your annotated bibliography of research journals, and your experiences in the clinical setting? What role does intersectionality play in the existence of the achievement gaps? Again, dealing with different ages, it's different at the Boys and Girls Club. I wasn't in a classroom where it's all 7th graders and there's that standard of comparison of what every student should know at this level. Boys and Girls Club is open to a large gamut of students, and I definitely witnessed some achievement gaps. That's one thing I can say for sure. I was working with yesterday a student who was doing 4th grade math, and there was a couple times that it's just you get so used to as an adult thinking one way and then looking at it at the eyes of a learner another way, because he was just doing simple math, just basic writing out. And one of the questions was, what's 20 plus 7? And that's all the question was. So I had him make the dots on the board. I said, okay, we have 20. We've already counted these. We know that they exist, that they're there. And then we're going to add, 7 more. And then he went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, made 7 more dots. And I said, okay, so if we have 20 and we have 7, what does that equal? And he kept counting them all over, and then he'd miss a dot and he'd have to recount. And it's just his thought process was very different than mine or any of the other students that I've worked with so far about math, which is my worst subject. But when it comes to addition, I can help out for sure. And so that was very interesting. He got through the assignment. I helped him. Me and one other person really worked with him and got through everything, made sure his answers were all correct, and really tutored him. But it was interesting just to see as a 4th grader how he was still in that thought process, which he should be past by now. Another thing that Bryce and I witnessed, the first day we were there was a student who didn't know how to use capital letters and didn't understand sentence structure and put periods in weird places and was trying to write a story, and just in something for that age, because it was about middle school, I think they should have had the understanding of sentence structure early on in elementary, and they definitely did not have that. So as far as groups of learners, I can't say there's one particular group that was worse off than another by any means. As far as I know, Boys and Girls Club has certain schools that go there, and students all pretty much know each other. I think there's a couple homeschool kids that go there afterwards to get their socialization in. They get their education at home, and they go there to socialize. And they were all very, very well off, very intelligent students. But I don't think very specific groups. Going back into some of the readings about, like in my annotated bibliography, talk about the achievement gaps of black students and Asian students, which are very, very separated. And then there's white. And this is all generally speaking, but the Asian students tend to be on the higher level, Caucasian in the middle, and then blacks and Hispanics on the bottom half. And I was researching a little more into that, and I think a lot of it has to do with the type of educator, the learning styles, what you can bring. We talked about the bicultural stress in class. Student that has a male white teacher and let's say is a black female student comes in, they have a lot of harder time relating to the teaching style, relating to the teacher, feeling comfortable asking questions. There's a lot of factors that go into it. But at least in my setting, which was a little bit more socially based than it was with classroom and homework, was that there wasn't one group. I think if my experience would have been different if I was in a classroom and had seen more homework and more students interacting amongst one another, I think it would have been different to witness the groups of students working in groups together, because socialization, everyone seems to get along with everyone. There's obviously the age groups at the club that's kind of hang together, and then there's like the athletic group. But when it comes to culture, and I would say the social construct of race, everyone seemed to blend together. We'd play football for almost an hour every day I was there, and that was where I got a lot of my information from, and also the power hour study tables. But also, when we were playing football, there was, males, females, blacks, whites, Hispanics, Asians, the whole gamut of students was there, and I got to interact with everyone, and I think there wasn't really any bicultural stress in that setting, just because they were able to be outside, be playing, be themselves, and so that was something, at least in my experience, I'm fortunate for, and I did get to see a little bit of the other side while helping with homework, things like that. But for the most part, I did not witness too many achievement gaps in this social setting.